a good sidekick is an AI-controlled character that actually offers something to the gameplay. It's not just placed there for story development, character development, or just there to offer me some kind of emotional attachment to what's going on in the overall game. I want a sidekick that actually helps further gameplay, whether it's fighting alongside me or offering skills and abilities that my character might actually not have. So my number 10 favorite sidekick are the minions. And this can go for the minions in Overlord, the Pikmins in Pikmin, or the Darklings in the Darkness.
Minions, slavish and loyal. They will pillage, destroy, die. All for their master.
All three of those sidekicks aren't necessarily AI controlled. I am controlling them, or I'm telling them to do something, or I'm sending them off to accomplish something. They're the ones doing all the heavy lifting in the games. They're the ones doing the killing. They're the ones doing the gathering. They're the ones putting together things. Most of the gameplay in those three games is heavily based on the minions' sidekick. Number 9 is Clank from Ratchet & Clank. I actually like Clank in that series the best. He's witty, he's funny.
Yesterday, I flushed out my radiator core.
He's a really smart robot guy, and he's just damn handy to have around.
Did that make any sense?
Number 8 is Redmond the Rabbit in Whiplash. Now in Whiplash, you play as the weasel, and the rabbit is actually chained to you. So he's kind of a sidekick, kind of an extension of your character. But you're trying to escape an animal testing lab, and you can use him as he's chained to you to do many different things. You can use him basically for combat as a weapon, or to smash items to get stuff out of them. You can use him in your double jump. If you double jump and then use him, he'll kind of helicopter you across the different things because it's a platforming game. And without Redmond, you'd really never get anywhere. And what's better than escaping somewhere than with a friend? Number 7 is Trip from Enslaved. Trip is an awesome sidekick because not only is she kind of hot, but the dynamic between her and your character named Monkey is really awesome. She's an extremely smart engineer type. She can hack doors. She has this dragonfly camera thing that she can use to spot scanners and enemies further away. And Monkey is all brute force. So your character Monkey, she actually entraps him.
If my heart stops beating for any reason, the headband will discharge a lethal dose. If I die, you die.
To where he has to keep her alive, and she needs his help and his, bodyguard type relationship to get her to where she needs to go. But she's actually extremely smart and extremely handy as well. So without her in the game to open those doors, to distract enemies, to tell you where upcoming enemies are, and to solve puzzles, Monkey really wouldn't get far at all. I love her because she offers such a more dynamic gameplay experience, since she can do a lot of the electronics and mechanical stuff that we can't. Number 6 is Death Trap, which is Gage's sidekick in Borderlands 2. Death Trap is awesome. If you've played Borderlands 2, Gage is the Necromancer that came out a little bit after the game's release, and Death Trap is her special power. When she summons Death Trap, he can fight enemies, kill enemies, use power-ups, drain health. He's a huge asset to have in the game with you.
And of course, no death-dealing robot would be complete without a massive laser beam that sets its victims on fire.
I'll take Death Trap any day over any of the other characters' power-ups in Borderlands. He's awesome. If I had a sidekick, I would totally love to have this giant floating mech robot thing that's really cute, has a heart sticker on him, and called Death Trap. Number 5 is Elizabeth from BioShock Infinite.
Are you real?
Again, hot chick is a sidekick. You can't go wrong there. She does have some daddy issues though. But she's super helpful because she can open tears, which can pull in items from another dimension that you would not normally have access to.
There.
But she's also constantly passing you things. She's throwing you ammo, throwing you food, throwing you guns, and that's awesome. That means when I'm in the middle of combat, I don't need to run out from cover to try to find things that are going to help me through that combat. Things that I need, again, like ammo, guns, salts, and health. She's there and she's throwing it to you throughout the game, which makes her an extremely helpful sidekick to have.
Elizabeth?
All done.
And again, she's hot. Your daughter, but still hot. Number 4 is Ellie from The Last of Us. I adored Ellie as a sidekick because she was totally badass. She could hold her own. She could fight on her own. She'd also find items. I never once felt like I was having to babysit her. She was constantly able to get to places I couldn't because she's such a smaller girl. And even later in the game when we went down, she totally saved us. You know, she went out there and took both of our surviving into her own hands, and she's the only reason why either one of us made it through that whole game.
Stop!
Fucking touch me!
Okay, it's me.
I think Ellie is probably the strongest female sidekick we've ever had in a game. And now we're into my top 3 best sidekicks in gaming, and number 3 is my video game bestie, and that's Garrus from the Mass Effect series. Garrus is a badass. He's an amazing shot, he's got an awesome story, his voice is super sexy, and I love his sense of humor.
You obviously haven't seen Turian swim. It's a lot of flailing and splashing interrupted by occasional bouts of drowning.
It's dry, it's sarcastic, yet he also knows when to tone it down. Maybe my little Commander Shepard's having a bad day. He knows when to tone it down and knows when I need a friend. In Mass Effect, you can always rely on Garrus. Garrus has always got the most logical plan. He's always keeping a very level head throughout the whole game, no matter what's going on. Garrus, throughout the Mass Effect series, for me, was my backbone. He's the character that just kept me going throughout the whole game. I would always look to him before making my decisions. I'd talk to him, or in the cutscene, I'd kind of try to read or gauge what he was hoping I'd do, and I would try to do the best I could for Garrus, because Garrus was by far the smartest, the most logical, and the most badass character in Mass Effect. Garrus, he's my best friend.
You're not going to propose marriage now, are you?
Number 2 is Coltrane, baby, from the Gears of War series.
Cause he's nothing but a smooth ride.
Everybody loves Coltrane, and I know a lot of you would say that maybe Dom is a better sidekick, or maybe Dom was more of a sidekick than Coltrane. Even though Dom is very funny, lighthearted, and he kind of kept Marcus, you know, grounded, Coltrane was the comedy relief. He didn't give a shit. He was just hilarious, and I loved how big of a part he played in Gears of War 3.
That's one big ugly motherfucker.
Cole, can you see this shit?
Baby, we got a grandstand view. We're crossing the bridge right above the ship.
Any way you can kill this thing from where you are?
Putting it scientifically, we need to blow his brains out of his ass.
Such a strong, badass, funny, and awesome character to have on your side in a video game. And then number 1, my favorite sidekick in video games of all time is Yoshi. Yoshi's been sidekicking it along with us for years now. Yoshi can suck up enemies. We can ride him. He does his super cute little leg paddles, like freaking adorable. Makes the cutest sounds and is a dinosaur of sorts, but a dinosaur. That's awesome. But the coolest thing about Yoshi are there are many Yoshis. And there are many different colors of Yoshis. I can even have a pink Yoshi. And then later on, Yoshi even became a playable character. A sidekick playable character. That's awesome. And that's why Yoshi deserves the title of Best Sidekick in History. Just let me know down in the comments who is your favorite sidekick and why. So if there's a top 10 list you'd like to see me do, just email me at rachelmoore@gmail.com. Put top 10 list in the subject line so that it doesn't go to spam. And I totally love you guys.
And Rachel is so pretty, y'all. She smells good too.